The page maker is meant to help you get started. The first thing I usually do is hide the panel at the top. The instructions break it down into 5 steps. To do the first step, you need to know what a plain text editor is, and you need to know where your root web folder is. The text editor I use is called EditPad Lite 7. If you're a Windows user, you can get a simple text editor by pressing the Start button and typing Notepad, then Enter. Click the link to the template, select all the text, and then copy-paste it into your text editor. Pretty much everything you need to know is in the step. We'll call it index.html, and we'll put it in our project folder, which is in the htdocs folder inside our xampp folder on our removable drive. Once again, xampp, htdocs, and the project folder that you created. One of the things I like about EditPad is it lets me save as HTML. If you're using Notepad or a generic editor that doesn't have this feature, make sure the Save As file type indicator says any file type. You'll see there are further instructions inside the file. It tells you exactly where you can paste stuff. Now you can continue through the steps and fill in the form. Unique means you can't use the same ID twice on the same index.html. We'll call our first page Home. Its title is what you'll actually see on the page. My home page is good enough for now. And the form below is meant to help you get used to the jQueryMobile framework's buttons and toolbar setup. For example, you can have 0, 1, or 2 buttons along the top, but it auto-creates the back button by default, so you have to turn that off to make 2 buttons of your own. I'm only going to make 1 button now, and I'm going to label it Settings. You probably know this symbol as the hashtag from Twitter. Here it forces the app to look only within index.html for another ID, the ID being whatever you type after the hashtag. There's a long list of icons you can use, and you can see what they look like on the jQueryMobile site in the documentation that we use throughout this activity. Step 4 is to click Make Page and then copy and paste the result into index.html and save it. The tool just takes whatever's in the left side and wraps it in some code that it needs to make it work like a web app. It's important that you look at these two and see just what was added. Select all and then copy and paste into index.html in between the lines where it says to do so. Repeat these steps to make the other pages for your app. In addition to settings, make one with an ID of page 1, another with an ID of page 2, and practice linking them in buttons and lists. After each major change, you can go back to your web browser and type localhost to see how your work is coming.